Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video where I will be playing the Normal Rare Rarity Festival event. So basically this event on Master Duel is where you can only play with normal and rare cards. So we have a couple of decks that we've been working on the past week in preparation for this event. Instead of the crazy suicide decks and weird janky strategies that we used last time in the XYZ event, we're going to be using some more legitimate decks. I brainstormed most of these myself, so I want to go ahead and showcase a couple of them. Let's see. So we have a couple of decks. We have Ancient Warriors, we have what I call Dry Chaos. My Sky Striker deck is not complete. Dangerous Orcus, this one had to brainstorm a lot around. Dragon Maids, we also have a Suicide deck, but I don't really want to play with that. I want to try an actual deck here, so I'm not really sure which one would be the best one. You got 4 different decks to work with. I kind of want to start with Dry Chaos and see how that works. So the idea with this deck is that we have Drytrons and we have some ritual monsters, which are Magician of Chaos and Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So they're the rare counterparts to their more powerful versions, but they're pretty strong by themselves still. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon is one of the few cards I found in this format where that can't be targeted with card effects, and it can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So, and it's a 3,000 beater, so it's pretty hard to get around. We won't be able to get its second effect here because Blue Eyes White Dragon is not a legal card in this format, and I think any of its other variations too. So we won't be able to get that second effect, but basically this is supposed to be our super bomb right here. Magician of Chaos, however, is a pretty good card as well. It is considered a Dark Magician while it's on the field or in a GY, so you can actually use the Chaos form. If you have a copy in your graveyard, you can use Magician of Chaos in your graveyard to ritual summon either Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon or Magician of Chaos. So once per turn when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, as a quick effect you can target one card on the board and destroy it. So if you follow it up with like an MST or Forbidden Chalice, or your opponent activates something trying to destroy it, you can blow something up in response. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, if it's a ritual, assuming it's ritual summoned, you can special summon one Chaos or Blacklist or Soldier ritual monster from your hand, except Magician of Chaos. So you get to ignore the summoning condition. So the idea is that you have this on board, your opponent gets rid of it, that's fine. That means you get to bring out Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So we have a bunch of different tutors for all the ritual spells and ritual monsters. We have Drytron Zeta Alba. We have Drytron Delta. I cannot pronounce these at all. We have these Drytron monsters that basically tribute other Drytrons or ritual monsters that are on the board or in your hand, so that way you can special summon them from your hand or graveyard in defense position and then get an effect. This is the most important one where you can add a ritual spell, being Chaos form. I'll say this is here. This one is here just to help kind of cantrip. If you reveal a ritual monster or ritual spell in your hand. This one right here is simply here to as kind of like a tribute fodder for your Drytron effects, but also in the pinch we can do some Exit summons here, which we'll get to in a moment. We have the Senjus and we have the Manjus. These are some old school cards where you can, when you're normal or flip summon, you can add a ritual monster or spell. Well, Manju can get you a ritual monster spell. Senju can only get you a ritual monster. We have Planet Pathfinder, because this is legal and we terraforming is not, so we want to find Drytron Fafnir. Drytron Fafnir can really help get the deck going, because this can find us a Drytron spell trap from our deck, and we want to use this to find Drytron Nova most of the time, so that way we can special summon one of our Drytrons, and then if you have another Drytron in our hand, we can start you can start using your effects and get going from there. We have Impcantations. This is a card that I did not know existed until I started looking up some ritual support at the normal rarity. So the idea is that you can reveal a ritual spell with this guy or a ritual monster with this guy, and then you can special summon it from your hand, and then one other incantation monster from your deck. So if you summon this guy, we summon the other guy, and then we get one of their effects. So this guy can grab us a ritual spell, and this guy can grab us a ritual monster. Keep in mind that if we do special summon these with these guys, then we cannot special summon with the Drytrons, because the only monsters that can be special summoned are the ones that cannot be normal summoned or set. So these guys can be normal summoned or set. They're supposed to function as like extra tutors. I'm not sure if we will keep them in the long term, because they may kind of like butt heads with the Drytrons, so we'll see. We have Chaos Daedalus, because this guy's a level 7 monster, so it can work as tribute fodder for Magician of Chaos, because with Chaos form we need to make sure the total levels of our monsters we tribute for our ritual monster are equal to its level. So Magician of Chaos is also level 7, so that's nice. And what's nice also being a level 7 is that we can pair this with a Drytron, and it can get us a Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon if needed. Alternatively, we can also summon it, because we have a good number of light monsters and dark monsters. Kind of funny how we have actually, I think, more light monsters than dark monsters. So, and it's a pretty good effect too, especially if we have a field spell on the board. So if you have a field spell on the board, your opponent cannot target your light or dark monsters. You control card effects, so they kind of like hexproof in a way. And if you can target cards on the field up to the number of field spells on the board, and then you can banish them as well. So it's kind of like removal if you have the Drytron Fafnir, so that's why having this guy is pretty important, and that's why we're running Planet Pathfinder. We also have Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End. This is the eroded version. This is mostly here to function as like tribute fodder for the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, but in a pinch, we can also summon it as a big beater, or use its effect to probably dome our opponent for game. Unfortunately, we cannot activate any other card effects, other cards or effects during the turn we activate the effects. So this would basically leave us in top deck mode, but I think the deck should be able to function just fine. I already mentioned Magician of Chaos and the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragons. Here we have the Drytron Novas. We also have Drytron Clips to be able to bring some Drytron from our graveyard to our hand in a pinch. And this guy can also boost the attack of one of our Drytrons. Mostly these Drytrons are 2,000 attacks, so basically it becomes a 4,000 attacker. And there are very few monsters that can get over 4,000 attacker. The idea is that our Drytron can get over like a huge bomb that can't be destroyed by card effects, but can be destroyed by battle. There are very few boss monsters, I think, at the normal rare rarity level, that are like Blue Eyes Chaos Dragons, so we probably won't see that too often, but we'll see. You never know. There's so many different cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, so we get to easily miss them. We have MST to help blow up some backboard, because there's going to be a lot of traps in this format. A lot of traps, a lot of quick play spells. So we want to be able to get rid of any of our opponent's removal. Even though we have Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, which can dodge the removal, we don't want our Drytrons to run into something like Forbidden Chalice, which we're running. Basically, it functions as like an infinite impermanence, except the target does gain 400 attack, and it's a quick play spell too. So we're running no traps here because we were tight on space in this deck. Our other decks will be running trap cards because they'll function more as slower decks. The idea with this deck is supposed to be like we're supposed to quickly drop our bombs like the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragons and then just go to town. Our opponent's not going to be able to do anything about that because not even Torrential Tribute can stop this. The biggest board wipe to be prepared for in this format is going to be Torrential Tribute because that is rare for some reason. Lightning Vortex is another proactive board wipe as well to keep in mind. It only blows up face-up monsters your opponent controls, but it's still a pretty powerful one. Other than that, most removal is going to be a one-for-one exchange. There's other pieces of effect negation like Fiendish Chain, Phantom Blade. There's Lost One as well. There's a lot of good ones. We'll talk about it in like some other decks because we'll be running those cards. In the extra deck here, we have a couple of Xe monsters as well as some Link monsters. The Link monsters at normal and rarity are not that great, so I don't expect to see really any like threatening Link monsters. It's the XC monsters that are actually really powerful still at the normal and rare level. So we have Slacker Magician. It's kind of supposed to be there as kind of like a stall tool to buy us some time in case we kind of like fizzled or our opponent like removed all of our stuff. But we have some Drytrons and just need to buy a little bit of time. Can't be destroyed by battle. We have number 54 Lionheart. This is a weird card. This face-up attack position monster cannot be destroyed by battle. When you take battle damage from battles involving this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the amount of battle damage you took. And then if this battles an opponent's monster during damage calc, you can actually remove a material, and basically your opponent will take any damage you have taken from the battle. So the idea is that it's basically was it indestructible. Can't be destroyed by battle. You basically reflect all the damage back to your opponent's face a couple of times. Basically, it's there to stall. Your opponent's not going to attack into this, but you will attack with it into your opponent's bombs. It's kind of funny, honestly. It won't. I don't think it's gonna come up very often because we do need 3 level 1 monsters. Not to say it's impossible, but it's not gonna be very common. So we have a couple of level 4s like Black Ship of Corn and Diamond Crab King. These guys are pretty good rank 4s at this level right here because we do have a few level 4 monsters like the Senjus and the Manjus. We have a couple of level 7s because we do have Daedalus in this deck here. We got Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation, which is pretty good. Basically can blow up anything on the board, and also can function as it can. Yeah, it's basically target removal. It is vulnerable, so that's the downside with it. Let's see. In a pinch, we might be able to summon this with its ability right here, where if we have exactly 5 dark monsters in our graveyard. But we have to use a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster, and I don't think we have that except for like Chaos Emperor, so maybe not, or Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. We have Master of Blades. This is a really good rank 7 right here. It's almost like it's like an Omni Negate basically for anything that targets the face-up card, so it's really hard for your opponent to deal with this card. And it's not a once per turn effect too. It still will die to Torrential Tribute though, so keep that in mind. And what's crazy is that if it's targeted by removal, not only can you negate the effect and destroy it, you can also blow up one other card on the board too. Crazy effect. We have a lot of rank 8s here. We have number 46 in Dragulan, and you're going to see this same kind of like XE package in some of my other decks because getting the rank 8s is pretty sweet. If you can get 2 level 8 monsters, you can grab number 97 Draglubian, however you pronounce that card, and you can just go into any of these rank 8s here because then you can go into number 84 Pain Gainer. You can XE summon it using rank 8, 9, or 10 Dark XE monster. Okay, actually, yeah, so we'd actually need to get into Draglubian right here, and then we go into Pain Gainer here. And then, if you want, you can also go into number 77, the Sins, because then you can use a rank 10 or 11 Dark XE monster. And this is one heck of a bomb right here. You cannot use the effective turn. It's summoned to use it this way, but that's a 4,000 beater right there. Yeah, it still can die to removal, but still pretty sweet if you can get that off. Or if you just need a big monster. Yeah, so let's see. Aeon the Seacaster is actually a pretty good XE monster as well for this event here. I won't go into effect right now. I'll probably just talk about it if it ever comes up. We have Gravity Control as well in a pinch if we need to like deal with some annoying monster that's in the extra monster zone. Cross Sheep as well. Again, I don't think this is going to come up, but in a pinch it might come up. Geonator Transverser could come up, it's a pretty neat card at common. And we also have Steel Star Regular. Pretty weird cards. I'll talk more about these cards if they end up being relevant in our games. We're going to see the same kind of like package of cards throughout some of our decks right here, and we're hoping to learn a couple more tricks and a couple more like tech cards, whatever things that we might have like overlooked or didn't even know existed, because there's plenty of cards. There's a lot of normals and rares. I'm excited to see how these decks go. Let's see, we're going to copy this. I'm going to copy this guy right here. Alright. We're gonna give this a shot. I think we want to go first. This is a format where I think you want to go first. Like, I believe it's gonna be slow enough where, I think it's gonna be a pretty slow format because of all the traps and interaction that there's gonna be. All right, so we got Drytron, Zeta, Aldiba. Drytron equals. Ooh, this is a little awkward here. This is an awkward hand. We have to sacrifice our Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon if we want to do this. I might actually just pass a turn. I don't want to do anything. Kind of sucks. we basically gave our opponent a free turn. I don't really know what to expect from people in this event. What's this? Dread Dragon. Let's destroy you now. So I think they're gonna be an armed dragon strategy. It's a tuner. There aren't really any crazy synchros that are normal or rare. We got MST right here. Alright. They did out their MST. This is not an exciting game, unfortunately. Yeah. Very weird. We have two of our ritual spells in our hand. We're just trying to find anything. One of our Drytrons, one of our ritual monsters. There's so many live draws here. Manju, Senju, any Drytron. We have I think we're running 7 Drytrons, so that means there's 6 Drytrons, there's 5, a combination of 5 Senjus. Ooh, Dragunity Knight. Dragon monster special summon from your extra deck to a zone this card points to accept damage step. What's this? Dragunity Draft. Okay, here we go. Now we can get going. Okay, so we're literally just gonna play Chaos form. Wonk. We're gonna summon out our Lies Chaos Dragon, ditch our Chaos Emperor Dragon, play it here. Look at that. I went through several turns. I gave my opponent 2 free turns, basically. And they're not really beating us up here. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, you know. I don't think there's really a way for our opponent to deal with that. It can't be blown up by Torrential Tribute. Can't be destroyed by pretty much any removal. The only way they're going to get over this is by summoning a bigger monster. Go to main 2. We're not gonna do anything. The onus is on our opponent now. Let's see if we can ride on the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon here. When this is normal summon, you can target one level 4. There is one card that can actually deal with this, and this Geonator Transverser, and I am a little nervous about that. It is in our sideboard. This link card and monsters it points to cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. If this card points to 2 monsters, you can switch control of those monsters. So this is a dangerous effect to keep in mind, because it does not target. I wonder if our opponent's going to summon that. Oh, this is a big enough monster to get over Blue Eyes Chaos. Dang. Well played. Gigantic Castle will do the job. Okay. Okay, here is what we're gonna do. We are going to activate the effect of Incantation Kindle. Review Chaos form in our hand. We will summon Impcantation Talisman. Face up defense. We'll activate the effect. Now here's where our opponent could negate the effect. Nope, they will not negate the effect. Okay. So, unfortunately we cannot get into a Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon again, but we don't want that anyway. Gigantic Castle is a bit too big for us. We want a Magician of Chaos. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard counter. Ooh, that really hurts. Can't do anything about it now. Dang. Oh boy, that's not good. So that is the weakness of the deck, is that any monsters that are bigger than a Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, they'll can't get over it. And I guess I gotta keep in mind that Gigantic Castle is a thing. See how slow the game is? Our opponent's not summoning anything else. Probably setting some more traps. Look, Drytron, Zeta Aldiba in our hand. Okay. Summon this guy in defense position, get in their chaos form. Let's see, we're gonna play another Drytron Eclipse. that'll end our turn, unfortunately. Yeah, now we really want one of our Manjus or Senjus to help us grab another ritual monster. Planet Pathfinder. What can we activate in our graveyard? Oh, that card. Okay. Yeah, let's go and play out Planet Pathfinder first. Get Drytron Fafnir. I smell an MST. Dang, MST. Ooh, that's rough. I'm gonna probably just pass. There's a lot of live draws again, but there's not one. Man, dealing with a gigantic castle is very annoying. We want to be the aggressor with this deck, but we just need to draw into it. There we go, a Manju. The problem is that we don't have actually like a good follow-up. This gigantic castle is still a problem. I'm gonna grab Magician of Chaos. I'm gonna pass, actually. We need a spell or trap. Well, we don't have trap cards, so we need a spell to play after we summon our Magician of Chaos. Oh, actually we're dead. Oh well. Well, that didn't work out the way we hoped it would. Well, that was unfortunate, but let's give that a try again. If we run into an issue where, like that again, we may need to throw in some removal, like Lightning Vortex or Torrential Tribute. Kaijus are legal in this format, so that is important to note. Going first is important so we don't get our effects negated by something like Fiendish Chain or Banish or Lost Wind. Okay, looks like we are going to... Yeah, play House Manager here. We're going to reveal Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Summon this guy in defense. Get this guy out in defense. The awkward thing here is that we don't have the right combination of levels to summon Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, so we do need to pass the turn, and that is a little frustrating. That's the downside of these Impcantations. We would need another Drytron in our hand to summon out the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. If we had Dark Magician of Chaos, though, this would work. It is what it is. Ooh, vampires. One dark vampire you can normal summon this turn can be summoned without tributing. We're gonna go ahead and blow that up. Oh, they had another one. Okay. Vampire Lord. That's an Incantation doll. Let's see, that is... That's fine. Let's activate the effect, I guess. Let's grab this guy. Use his effect. Okay, so we have two Chaos forms here, right? We can sack these two guys for Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, and then we can use this guy and Drytron Zeta Aldiba to bring out a Magician of Chaos. So that will be pretty cool. So here's an idea. I could also overlay the Incantation dolls here. Right? Am I able to overlay the Incantation dolls? These are 2 level 4s. Oh! I cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Gotcha. That's right. That's another reason why these guys kind of stink, too. Okay, so... Vampire Lord says that if he's... Yeah, so he won't reanimate if we destroy by battle. That's right. Alright, so... Chaos form. Yeah, let's go ahead and just bring out the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So let's go ahead and do this and that. Oh. We're going all in on this strategy here. We're going to do Magician of Chaos. Alright, so we are going to look at this guy and swinging for 3,000. The Vampires deck is an interesting one that I did consider as well, but sure, let's get our value off of Magician of Chaos here. Let's go ahead and blow this up. Whoa. They went all in on that. What can we activate in our graveyard? Drytron. Okay. We activate Drytron Nova here. Use Magician of Chaos effect. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. This guy destroyed my special this guy. Yeah, let's go and blow this up. This was a good top deck. Now we get to find Drytron's special summon. Let's go and get Alteus here. And I guess we can finish off our opponent this way. And there we go. Our first W. Nice. And that's why we have Magician of Chaos in the deck, because we do need ways to remove stuff. There's one thing I already don't like about this deck, and I want to change it. I don't really like Drytron Eclipse. This card kind of does nothing. So I want to get rid of that and replace it with something else. What is it that I want to replace it with? If we were to choose one trapper spell, what would it be? I think it would be Lost Wind. This is more effect negation for special summon monsters, and also halves the attack, which is important. It wouldn't have helped us against that vampire because technically it was tribute summoned, but most of the time the bombs that we can get over our Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon are going to be special summoned. So we can half the attack of them, and they'll need, what, over 6,000 attack to try to get over this guy. And what's nice is that you can also use this twice, basically, so that's why I'm choosing Lost Wind here. I'll keep modifying the deck and see if more changes are needed. I feel a little weird with the Impcantations because they lock you out of your extra deck until they're gone from the board. Alright, we've got some interesting cards here. Let's see. So this one, I need to reveal Ritual Monster so I can get that one going. Drytron Fafnir's here. Let's see. This ability of Drytron Fafnir can actually screw with like Exceed summons because you can reduce the monster's level by 1 per 1,000 of its current attack. So that could really screw things up for your opponent. Let's see. We're gonna activate Drytron Fafnir first. I'm gonna add Drytron Nova. I gotta figure out what to get next here. Let's see. So this one I need to reveal a monster. So the other guy is gonna get us the spell, right? Yeah, the other guy would get us a spell. So we're gonna summon Senju here. So let's grab Senju. Let's get the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Alright, we're gonna activate Impcantation Talents Manager. Let's see. Let's go into defense position. Get the candle. Activate candle. Grab chaos form. Okay, now we're gonna use chaos form. Let's get that guy, and we're going to get rid of candle, select, and send you. It's gonna be hard for our opponent to get over the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So Magic Specters cannot be targeted by or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Neato. Magic Spectre Cyclone. Tribute a wind monster, then target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon cannot be destroyed. Well, it cannot be targeted by card effects. I'm glad they're getting rid of it, because this guy, I'm not sure if they're reading the last line, but we cannot summon monsters from the extra deck, which is a little annoying. I don't really want to blind MST here. There's no reason to, I don't think. Oh, another Chaos Form. Nice. It gets destroyed. That's the problem. I don't want to summon the Drytron Nova yet. But I do want to summon Manju. What is this? That's A-okay with me. Get another Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. We're just gonna go to battle. Unfortunately, this is not considered a Blue Eyes White Dragon monster. So main 2, and we're just gonna pass it. So we're just kind of gonna... We just hope that, you know, Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon can stick around for a bit. Our opponent can't really do anything about it right now. There's very few answers to this. There could be some really weird niche answers among, like, certain archetypes. I don't know what Magic Spectres has exactly. Again, I know that in the sideboard, if they prepared it, Geonator Transverser is definitely a card. Oh, poof. I guess they conceded. Nice. Alright. I'm playing a little careful because there could be ways to answer it, and we just haven't found them yet. But most of the common ways, well, like Torrential Tribute, can't deal with it. Nice. Alright. As we'll keep going. Let's see. So, let's look at the rewards here real quick. It's pretty nice rewards that we get here. We can go all the way to 20,000. So that means that we would need to play... I think it's, if I'm doing my math right, 40 games? Yeah, we'll need to play 40 games. Win 40 games, at least. Alright, let's keep at it with this strategy. Eventually we will get tired of it if we're just like steamrolling people. But yeah, look at the abundant amount of removal that our opponents are playing. There's like traps flying everywhere. Now we get to go second. Now we get to see how our deck functions. All it takes is like one piece of effect negation to really screw with like our plan, unless we already get the pieces to ritual summon Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Look, Chaos Stabilist. That's like the first time we got to see it. We got a Forbidden Chalice also in our opening hand too. Very nice. Metal Foes. I've heard about Metal Foes being a strategy here. Summoner's Art. Metal Foes Volflame. Yeah, all these guys do is they blow up other face-up cards they control, and if you do that, they can set a Metal Foes spell trap directly from the deck. Combination: if you fusion monsters, fusion something in target. This card is sent to degree while you can add one Metal Foes monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so this is irrelevant to us. What? I'm trying to figure out what Metal Foes fusion monsters there are. So let's see, they can use up to one monster each from their hand, field, and or face-up extra deck. So they're gonna need to use a material, I think, from their extra deck here. This guy. Okay, So, how we're gonna do this turn? So we know everything they have here. It's open information. All right. If the fusion monster is fusion summoned, you can target one. Da 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 da. This is sent from the field to GY. Okay, so. Let's see here. Yeah, I read up on like some of the Metalfoes stuff and what they could do, and I don't think this should be a concern. Here we go. So we're going to do. Okay, let me figure out our plays first. I don't know if the pendulum effects here would trigger Magician of Chaos. But what I do know is that I'm going to activate Incantation Talisman. Reveal Magician of Chaos in my hand. Reveal this little silly looking doll. Face of defense. Get the forbidden wait, no, that's not what we want. I'm gonna get chaos form. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the lines here, and I think I have them. So I am going to normal summon Manchu first. I'm going to get the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon for my deck. Okay. Next, we want a Chaos form. The question is if we want to do Magician of Chaos or Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. We can only do one or the other. And let's see. Because we special summon these guys, we can't do Drytron Fafnir. At least the Drytron spell we want cannot be activated this turn. So we're just going to do Chaos Form here. Yeah, we're going to summon out the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Which way does this point to? So I'm just trying to figure out if there's a safe spot for this. I think the safe spot is going to be here, my leftmost corner, leftmost monster slot. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it here. And we're going to battle. And we're just gonna smack into this thing, I guess. Go to the main phase 2, and we are going to set, and we just pass. Their turn. Now that took a while. I just wanted to make sure we got the right line here. The onus is on our opponent to figure out how to get over a Chaos Dragon. Alright, so they're gonna blow up their own guy. And set a Metalfoes spell or trap. I'm guessing they're gonna go find another Metalfoes fusion spell. I'm not familiar with the fusion monsters. Mithrilium is not a fusion monster that can handle the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So they're getting the fusion spell, okay. What did their trap card do again? Oh, what's this? One spirit turn, you can target one phasal card you control, destroy, you can do. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a pretty good demonstration of what the Metalfoes deck can do. It's a pretty solid one. It spams a lot of stuff out. What's this? Metalfoes counter. If a card you control is serve a battle, especially one Metalfoes monster from your deck during either player's turn except the card. Turn this card sent to GUI, you can banish this to add one pair. Metalfoes pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Okay, I don't care. That is still not a way for them to answer the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Okay. Okay. I'm wondering if our opponent's gonna grab back their monster. Yeah, that's okay. I figured you were gonna do that. Okay. Ooh, inflict double piercing battle damage to our opponent. Ooh, if they attack a defense position monster. We're gonna be taking a lot of damage. it just gets bounced to her hand. So I do not care about that. A funny card. There's like two funny cards that could like deal with this. Gravity Bind, which actually no, that wouldn't really deal with it. Level limit area B would be hilarious if anyone's running that. That is a way to pin our Blue Chaos Dragon, because if you notice, it's got 0 defense. But I don't know if it says it can't be targeted. Okay, yeah. So it can still be affected by level limit area B. We took a ton of damage off of that. Okay, we have to be very careful about the monster we summon moving forward. Because this Metal Foes Orichalca or whatever is pretty powerful. You can strike any card on the field. Alright, what was that Seppi? Again, not combination, this is counter. Alright, we're gonna summon this guy now. So the Impcantations, which is, it's nice that they are all, they're both light and dark each, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna use this effect now. And we are going to banish this guy, I think. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I can OTK my opponent here. I can summon a Drytron and then a Manju. Let's see. Currently, they take 400, 200. That's 8, that's 600, and then yeah, that's not gonna be enough damage. So. I'll go ahead and summon Manju though. And grab another Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon here in the process. We're gonna go ahead and battle. I'm gonna smash into this guy here. Alright, we're gonna smack into this guy. Run Chaos Daedalus into this guy. Move to the main phase 2. We're just going to set this guy. And we will pass. So they can effectively recycle the Parametals Fusion spell, which is kind of fascinating. Ooh, a desk bot. Wasn't expecting that. The Metaphors deck is a pretty formidable one. I don't know if any of our other decks would have been able to handle it, but Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon is proven to be very formidable. The Odd Eyes. So this is Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. This was definitely in some of our deck lists here. The idea is that you can summon out the Odd Eyes Pendulum Vortex Dragon or something like that. It's a diffusion monster. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, I should have waited to the damage step. Oh. Yep, there it is. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Okay, here we need to think. Alright, activate Drytron Nova. You know, that was actually not smart of me to do. I just realized. I should have destroyed the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon first. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna pitch Magician of Chaos. Get this Drytron. Get Chaos Form. Now we can play Chaos Daedalus. Banish Manju. We'll banish Mission of Chaos as well. And I apologize for the slow play here. I'm just trying to dig through all my plays. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, I'm going to banish this guy. Alright, so here's what we gotta do now. We need to activate Chaos Form. Get Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Use Aliba and Chaos Daedalus here. And summon this guy. Oh, that's actually the worst spot to put that guy in. Now we can actually unlock our extra deck here. We can go from Dragalubian into Pain Gainer. What does Pain Gainer do again? Because defense is equal to the combined ranks of all exit monsters you control times 2, so that's 2200 defense. Once per turn, you can detach a material to destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls will let defense less than or equal to this card. And then the 7 Sins, they can't activate this effect the turn it's summoned if you re-summon it this way. But we can get, let's see, we can attach 2 materials, banish as many special summon monsters from our opponent controls as possible, and then attach 1 of the banished monsters as exit material. This plays a card will be sort of battle card, attach material instead. We got it. Opponent can't deal with the double Blue Eyes Chaos Dragons. Yeah, opponent had a pretty good deck. Unfortunately, there's just not really many ways to deal with the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. It's crazy. I stumbled upon the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon and the Chaos Magician the other night when I was actually working on another deck. I was just looking at, like, I think dragons, and then I saw, wow, Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon is actually really hard to deal with. So that's 3 games right there. These games have been kind of slow, unfortunately, but they've been enjoyable. I'll go and demo out one more game here. If we stick Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, we're in fairly good shape. The only way, again, our opponent can deal with it is if they summon just a bigger monster. So when we do an Incantation play or a Drytron play, we can't do the other. Dragon Maids! See, this is a deck I figured would be feasible. I do have a Dragon Maids deck. So I figure Dragon Maids is going to have a lot of interaction. So this is going to be cool to see the deck in action. Okay. We need to... Let's see, Drytron Nova. Let's bait out some stuff. Actually, no. If I do Drytron stuff, I cannot do any Impcantation stuff. So I'm going to do this. Activate Manju. Activate Manju. Paleozoic Kaya. So they discard a Paleozoic card and draw 2 cards. They're probably gonna chain this Pakaya. Unaffected by monster effects if they're summoned this way. It's a sneaky little line of text that doesn't seem to come up very often. But I had an opponent the other day tried to negate the attack of one of my Paleozoics with I can't remember. It was like a Battle Fader or something like that. But because it targeted, I guess technically it targets by negating its attack. It was unaffected by it, so it continued to attack anyway. So that was a little weird. All right, so we're going to get a Chaos form here. Alright, here we go. Next we have an Incantation, so we're going to do our Incantation plays. I'm going to reveal the Chaos form that they know is already in our hand. Throw that in defense mode. grab this talisman. Yeah, there's really no reason to go for Magician of Chaos when I can just get Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. And we'll get rid of Manju as well. Ernest. Go to battle. I'll go ahead and whack into this guy. Now, there is definitely a way for Dragon Mates to deal with Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Getting Ernest is huge. Okay, so we got Launching Maid again. There is that one Dragon Maid that can give attack boost of 2,000, which would be huge. But they need to first summon out Dragon Maid Ernest. So this one's very heavy on the traps, the Paleozoics. So they're going to be stalling us out, I think, for quite some time. Downtime is normally not played in like the competitive Dragon Maid decks, but in the format like this where it's slow, it's pretty good. And this works really well with the Paleos. Already got Nurse Dragon Maid. Gonna grab Laundry Maid. Her effect will trigger. This is cool. This is a deck that I wanted to play with, so it's kind of neat to see it in action. Ernest is still not what they need. I'm wondering. Okay, they got Link Play. What is this card? This is gonna be a slog. Well, I was gonna do a Drytron play, but I guess Tal's manager could do the job here as well. So let's go and activate him. Booyah! Got the W. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Maze has the ability to beat him if they're not running the that level 8 dragon that can give a 2,000 attack boost, and yeah, they're in for a bad time. So yeah, we were up against some pretty good decks, honestly. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, there's very few answers to deal with it. You have to have a bigger monster, which is what our first opponent did. Also, we had a really terrible hand, as we saw. We didn't do anything for like the first 2 turns. But we see what these games are like. We're able to consistently get that Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon out fairly well with our either the Impcantation package or the Drytrons. I do like the Impcantations. It stinks that you can't do both the Drytrons and Impcantations, but it's not necessary. If you stick one Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, you are in pretty good shape. Nice. Okay. Well, that is it for today. This is going to be a pretty long video, I think, but hopefully this showcased what the deck is all about. I'll go ahead and show it again, and also put a deck list, I think, in the comments, or in the description as well, for you guys to take a look at. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to edit deck here. Yeah, there are a few ways to deal with this, and I'll list them out. Kaijus are one thing. I don't think Kaijus are going to be really that good in this format because, yes, there's like, you have access to abundant amount of removal, but on the other hand, I don't think there's that many like problematic boss monsters. Just about every monster in this format you can deal with simply one of your traps, like Lost Wind, Torrential Tribute, a bottomless trap hole, fiendish chain. There's so many ways to answer a lot of the big monsters. As you saw in one of the games here, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but Chaos Daedalus, when you have a field spell, like for example the Drytron Fafnir, your opponent cannot target light or dark monsters you control with card effects, so effectively they're immune. It's even harder to deal with. They can still die because of Torrential Tribute or Lightning Vortex, but your opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with it. So yeah, Kaijus is one way to answer the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, and the other one, of course, we talked about Geonator Transverser. I think every deck should be running this card in the sideboard because there's going to sometimes you just need to switch around like a weak monster. Like for example, we could switch around an Incantation Talismanager for one of their best monsters. It does not target, I believe, and so it should work. Yeah, it does not target, so it can definitely work on the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. I believe this is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So those are like two answers I know works, and of course, you can always pump up. Let's see, your own monsters with like a Forbidden Chalice because you can give that 400 attack boost. And vice versa, if you need to, in a pinch, you can give your Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon the 400 attack boost. But, of course, you'll be very vulnerable to any sort of removal. That's not really the ideal situation there. We did, as you saw, we did use it in a pinch to save our Chaos Daedalus, which I think still ended up getting blasted away. But, you know, that it is what it is. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think of any other ways people can take down the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon here. Like level limit area B, like I said, that could take care of it. If you're running like a niche like Weenies deck of some sort, or like a burn strat, or something that's super stally or slow, you can take care of it because yeah, this guy's got 0 defense. So if you can somehow switch this to defense, you're in good shape. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck right there. I will continue to make tweaks as needed, but so far, yeah, I really like this deck so far. I mean, it's gonna get boring for me eventually because it's gonna be like, well, I just play my Chaos Dragon and I effectively just kind of win because no one can really deal with it until people like start adapting. I don't think that people are aware of this deck here. This is why I'm like highlighting it right now. I think it's pretty cool that I get to work with some of the Drytrons. You get to work with these weird incantation cards here. I've never seen these things before. You get to work with some old school stuff like the Manjus and the Senjus. You get to work with some old Chaos things like Chaos Emperor Dragon, and also some new Chaos cards like Daedalus right here. It's just a nice blend of like some old school stuff and some like newer cards, and yeah, it just taps into like some of the Exceed stuff as well from the Zexal area, as well as a few Link stuff in a pinch. So I think it's pretty neat. It's spanning across the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really, like all the different ways to like do some ritual monster nonsense while also doing like chaos stuff as well. So really, this is more like yeah, that's what I call this dry chaos. I like to give my decks weird names. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you guys also enjoyed this kind of deck too. Because I can only imagine if we used any of our other decks against the ones we played against, we probably would have got smacked pretty hard. Like our opponents had a lot of like removal or a lot of ways to just constantly generate card advantage. The Metalfoes guy could easily recover from like us blowing up their stuff. The problem was that they could not get over our Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, and that was the big issue. And eventually, like our opponent was going to lose. Like I don't think they had any answers, and that's why they conceded. Either that, or they just conceded out of frustration. They were spending way too much time when they could just go and win a game. Win a game against somebody else. They don't get the free medals, unfortunately, which kind of stinks for them. And that's the thing about this format. This format's definitely going to be slower. I mean, we spent about, almost 2 hours. Granted, I spent about, 15 or so minutes in the beginning just talking about this deck. But we spent a lot of time. We spent almost 2 hours just playing 4 or 5 games. Of course, I was playing pretty slow because I was trying to figure out the right plays. I'm still new to using the deck. I wasn't able to really test it out, but in theory, I figured it was going to be a strong one, and I'm really glad it worked out pretty well. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any comments on any ways to make this deck better, or if you like it, just leave a comment or give this the video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I guess I'll see you guys in another video. And I'll try to highlight some other videos too. I'll probably stream some a bit as well. You can go to my channel. I'll also put a link to that in the description. So see you guys later. Bye.